Days, just about everybody has a smartphone with a camera, and they post to Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. It's all about social media.
We do get a lot of photos sent into Fox 17. So today, we're going to focus on pictures that you've sent to us of the lakeshore these past few months. Kevin Craig spoke with some of the photographers behind the lens in this week's West Michigan Stories.
Today's West Michigan story is all about the beauty at the lakeshore following an Arctic blast, and it's told without the use of video. We use the photographs submitted by some of our regular contributors. They say pictures speak 1,000 words. If that's the case, this story has plenty of unspoken words. It's all about lakeshore photos in the dead of winter, as seen through some of the eyes of great photographers like Joe Gee in Muskegon.
When the ice is just starting to form and the waves are tumbling around, and they create these little ice balls, and then after a deep freeze they just kind of freeze there in time. The water was really calm, and I wanted to get a reflection, a nice reflection of the lighthouse through the water. Once in a while, me and my friend Jerry James, we walk out there and take some pictures, and it's always better to go with somebody else. You know, you never want to go out there alone and slip and fall in or something. So
we also found a giant shard of what looked like plate glass called shark ice, and more unusual formations.
I think it's called an ice volcano, where the water just kind of creates these little slopes, and it was a really wavy and windy day, and I knew that the water was shooting up, so I just waited for the right time and took the shot.
Our thanks to the eyes of Joe Gee from Muskegon. Crystal McLuth is another one that has captured some great photos, a bit more on the micro scale.
I've learned over the 4 years, snow pants, boots with good tread on them, snow spikes for your boots and gloves, and it's patience being out in the cold.
How about frozen droplets in time?
They were underneath a large iceberg on the shoreline, and they were perfectly frozen, what looks like teardrops. They were about golf ball size, and they were just completely frozen.
This photo was snapped in Montague on a windy day in the morning.
I stood up against the actual lighthouse part and just watched the waves smashing up and all the ice balls rolling.
And a wider, peaceful shot from Stony Lake. Our thanks to the eyes of New Era resident Crystal McLuth. There's hundreds of great photos we see each day, like this one of Grand Haven from George Wetzel, or this one from Kim Sydock with ice and crashing waves, or a sunset in Saugatuck from Heather Kennedy. An aerial shot from Skies Media from their drone in South Haven, or Dave and Debbie Maglothan snapping the lighthouse and catwalk encased in ice. This shot in St. Joseph that appears to almost be an ice monster by Josh Nowicki, or some of his unusual frozen sand formations. It's all about timing, patience, and having the eye for detail most would miss. And finally, a photo snapped by Glen Arbor at Sleeping Bear Dunes in January 2014 of surfers that just couldn't say no to wind, high waves, and frigid temperatures. If you'd like to see more of these fabulous photos, just go to fox17online.com, click on the news tab at the top of the page, and follow that to the West Michigan Stories link. I've got links to all of their Facebook pages there. In Muskegon, at Heritage Landing, in the middle of wintertime, I'm Kevin Craig with another Fox 17 West Michigan Story.
So good.
So much talent.
Unbelievable, yeah.
Great to look.
Thanks, as always, everybody who sends those in.
Definitely.